hopes for a turnaround. Infosys CEO has been walking the talk and is focused on his vision of hitting $20 billion target by 2020 with steady margins. CNBC TV 18 Shereen Bhan caught up with the man at the helm of Infosys, Vishal Sikka, at his San Francisco headquarters and began by asking him about the pricing pressure the company would be facing.
I think we have seen that in the last 5-6 quarters that there is a very fundamental downward trend there. I had predicted that when I started, and that's an inevitability. We have to outperform that through automation, and we have to outperform that by lowering the number of people per project, so that the same number of people can do more projects, and people can then free up the bandwidth to innovate.
So give me a sense of what we can expect in terms of the benefits on account of automation. If you can break that down for us in terms of numbers, that would be great. Now, I understand in the quarter gone by, you could free up in that sense 1,700 odd people, over 1,100 in the previous quarter and then 800 on top of that. What is this going to mean incrementally as far as the margin picture is concerned? Because that's the concern. I mean, you've held out a guidance of between 24 and 26. You've done 25 last fiscal. What can we expect?
This is the heart of the issue that we see in the industry and certainly in our company as well. Right now, if you look at the 1,700 that we did in Q4, this number, while it is a huge number and we are proud of it, it gets lost in this is like 1.5% movement of utilization in one way or the other has more effect than the 1,700 people through automation. So we need to get to the point where this number is, over the next few quarters, this number is in the several thousands. Once it crosses 10,000, which I expect it will happen in a couple of years, then this number will become a significant contributor to the margin. But right now, we are still early. What I keep suggesting...
So how do you cushion the margins then, given the fact that you are going to continue to see pressure on pricing?
There are lots of existing levers as well. There are lots of existing levers. Utilization is a big one. On-site, the number of people on-site versus the ability to use better technology like the virtual reality technology to get more offshore people at the same cost to participate in a richer way.
What kind of capital are we talking about? I mean, you talked about the 8 companies that you've already invested in.
We have done
How much incremental capital can we expect
Our fund that we had set aside was about 500 million, so we are nowhere close to that, consuming that. We did 40 million so far. We'll probably do somewhere in the 25 to 50 range again in the next, I would say, 9 to 12 months.
Okay.
Somewhere in that. I mean, you never know. So having said that, this is just a thing that you set for yourself as a guidepost. Hopefully we will exceed that, and however, we will not compromise. So if a number is below 25, then I don't want people to come and say, hey, you said 25, why didn't you invest 25? Because the companies were not good enough. But generally that is the idea, is that we'll double the investments. We have taken about 18 months to get to 40 million. Probably in the next 12 months, we'll do another 40 million.
Let me ask you about the operating environment now. Specifically, for instance, BFSI, and the problem that your peers are also facing within that particular segment, insurance being one of them. It's a concern for TCS, but you're not particularly perturbed about the slowdown that you're seeing in insurance.
Not at all. Not at all.
How come?
I mean, banks have some structural challenges that they're dealing with, but again, by doing it in the right way, by approaching this in the right way, we can in fact turn that into a huge advantage for us by coming up with the right services and the right product offerings and so forth. When you get on the wrong side of it every once in a while because of a large dependency or something, and there has to be a ramp down or something of that sort, then of course the business suffers. But generally my sense is that even in some of the most challenged banks, we have opportunities for great growth, and we are actually seeing that.
Okay, so which are the verticals that you're most excited about? I know that you believe that consulting is the tip of the spear as far as Infosys is concerned. Which are the verticals that you're most confident and excited about going into the future?
I am financials, generally the financial industry, just because the opportunities there are so huge, including insurance, is one that I'm quite excited about. I think retail is going through a great transformation. I think all retailers have either come out of it or are about to come out of this period of kind of valley of depression or whatever we can call it, that they have realized that digital is a tremendous opportunity, that in fact this idea that there is only digital retail is complete nonsense, because everybody has warehouses, and except for music and digitized content, there is still a physical value chain that has to be served and optimized and so on. So there are great opportunities in retail, and in particular virtual reality and these richer experiences I mentioned investments. We have invested in this company called Nova, which is a spin-out from DreamWorks.
Yeah.
And DreamWorks just was purchased by Comcast.
Yeah.
But Nova is out of that, and Jeffrey is going to continue to run Nova. And they will focus on bringing this animation technology to reimagine the experience of retailers and so forth. So we were the first investor in this venture. So I think retail is a great one. Another huge one is manufacturing. The entire manufacturing world is dying for ways to connect the products that are out there in the field being repaired and so on. The chillers, the turbines, the locomotives and airplane engines and all these things. We are working with a ton of these. We just did a partnership with Akatech in Industry 4.0 in Germany, and we were at the Hanover Fair. So I think manufacturing is another one that I am particularly excited about. So in general, all of them, I think that I keep being hopeful that soon, hopefully in our lifetime, we will see a great transformation in healthcare. That is still something that is a little bit further out. I was just talking to some of my friends here from the Valley yesterday about investing more in healthcare and really fundamental breakthroughs. And I wish there was more happening there. I wish there was more in the public sector, that there was more ease of business. But retail, manufacturing, financial services, I'm really excited about those.
All right, then you can